Welcome to Concordia on Air. I'm Michael.
I'm Abigail.
And on tonight's show,
with the change of weather means the change of parking policies.
And on Arts and Entertainment, we give you our Thanksgiving movie recommendations.
and an interview with Abigail tonight on Cord on Air. Welcome. Thanks for coming over here.
Yep. It's like Mission Impossible every day.
There's a lot of inner workings behind the scenes. Jackson had to, the Arts and Entertainment desk is actually in another building.
Yep.
So he had to run back here to get here for banter, so.
Like Ethan Hunt.
Yeah, who's Ethan Hunt?
Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah, Tom Cruise.
Yep.
Scientology.
Yep. Scientology.
Are you excited for Thanksgiving, Jackson?
What a segue. What a segue. I don't know. It's going to be my first Thanksgiving as a vegetarian, so we're going to find out what navigating that is like.
What do you usually look forward to? Do you eat a lot on Thanksgiving?
No. I eat like, not to be morbid, but I eat like a bird. Very small amounts on Thanksgiving.
And a bit peckish.
Yep. Yep. I just, right into my mashed potatoes, formerly my stuffing and turkey.
Not anymore.
No, now just mashed potatoes and vegetables.
It'd be cannibalism if you ate a bird, given your birdish. Guys, what's going on? Happy Wednesday, y'all. How are we feeling out there, coordination? It's snowing right now.
It is.
Like big flakes. Like catching your eyebrows flakes.
Just the other day, we were living in a Hallmark movie or a Tim Burton movie. Now we are living
in Midwest hell.
In Minnesota. We are living in Minnesota.
I can't complain. I love the snow, and I love the way it makes me feel.
The snow too, except for when it's all slushy on the roads and I just slip and slide around like a penguin on his belly.
Yeah, that's cute.
We're all penguins on our bellies.
This big iceberg of a life that we live.
To quote Christopher Walken in the hit film The Dead Zone, "The ice is gonna break." Yep.
You're such a fountain of movie knowledge.
Nope. Thanksgiving. What is it?
Coming.
I don't know what it is, actually.
I personally take it as a day to give thanks.
Yeah. he said the words backwards. He said the words backwards.
Holiday.
Boom.
Give thanks. What are you thankful for, Jackson?
I'm thankful for your giving.
And I'm giving, thankfully.
Whoa. There's only so many times we can recycle this joke, everybody.
No.
You're all fired.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, guys, remember last week when we did that really cool disappearing man thing? That was dope.
Did we?
Yeah, remember we were like, hollow man, and we disappeared?
Oh.
Yeah.
I think I just ran away. Accidentally broke my mic.
Oh, did you?
No, I didn't break the mic.
I keep dropping my mic, and it's bad.
Stop dropping the mic. You know what happens if you drop the mic?
Did you hear that Chris Ross? Did you hear that Will Smith smacked Chris Ross? Did you hear about that?
Where have you been for like the past 8 months, Mikey?
I was watching Rocky Horror at Concordia. That was a great show.
Yeah?
Yeah. Which show did you go to?
I went to all 6 of them.
That's crazy.
Yes.
That's committed. You must have enjoyed it then.
I did.
Me too. I saw it on Saturday night.
I saw you there.
Yeah.
You went through my usher spot.
I did.
My usher lane.
Yeah. My shirt was still on at that point.
Like Usher, I'm happy. I'm clap your hands if you're happy.
Is that an Usher song?
I don't know. It's time for the news, I think, though.
Welcome to our news desk tonight. My name is Andy and my co-host is Mike. And tonight we start with good news where Minnesota Cities awarded grants The Minnesota City Department of Empowerment and Economic Development has awarded close to $3.4 million in grants to infrastructure projects in Greater Minnesota. One of the commissioner, Steve Groves, said that the grants will help communities expand their tax base and speed up their growth. Additionally, DEED also awarded close to $2.1 million to fund an infrastructure project for innovative businesses developing in the series of Dayton. According to the news release, the funding awarded through DED's Greater Minnesota Business Development Public Infrastructure Grant Program, BDPI, was approved for Moorhead, Concordia, Braham, Isle, and St. Michael. It is expected to retain and create 339 full-time jobs and prepare the series for future growth.
In more local news, there have been updates from Concordia discussing the parking habits of students during the winter season. With the snow piling up on the ground, it's hard to see the lines on the ground that mark the correct parking spaces. It's been requested by Concordia that you make sure you're not parking in areas where there are crosswalks, as the area must remain clear for easy snow removal. That being said, make sure to look out for ice on the roads as it gets colder outside.
And now into the Criminal Justice Department. Darrell Brooks is scheduled to be sentenced Wednesday for driving in a SUV into Christmas parade in Waukesha, Wisconsin, last year, killing 6 people and injuring dozens more. Wednesday's sentencing comes after dozens of victims of the attack confronted Brooks in angry, emotional statements on Tuesday. Prior to Judge Jennifer Darrow's sentencing, several people spoke on Brooks' behalf in Waukesha County Court on Wednesday over Zoom, stating with the mother. Don Brooks, a jury found Brooks 40 guilty last month on all 76 counts, including 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide for betraying the SUV into a Christmas parade on November 21st, 2021.
As Christmas break approaches, many students have been looking forward to figuring out their plans for going back home. However, Concordia does offer alternative solutions for people who would like to stay in their dorms over break and has put out emails that discuss different options. If you live in one of the traditional residence halls, your hall closes for winter break at 10 a.m. on Thursday, December 15th. This being said, you must fill out the winter break housing form on My Housing by Sunday, December 11th. The cost for a single night is $14 a night. For the entire break, the collective cost is $200. Depending on financial situations, the fee may be waived.
And now, across the borders, responsibility for the missile strike in Poland is still being established, but the way countries responded to the incident before the facts were known was revealing. Ukraine was swift to blame Russia. President Zelensky called it a Russian missile attack on collective escalation. Foreign Minister Dayton Kuleba said it was, quote-unquote, conspiracy theory to suggest missiles were part of the Ukrainian air defenses. These claims about Russia subsequently appear unfounded. This kind of rhetoric is beginning to exhaust the patience of some Western diplomats. They fear that Kyiv's at times maximalist language and demands risk adding to the so-called Ukrainian fatigue among allies. But the events of the past 24 hours suggest that it is the war where once again to spill over into NATO territory over sustainably. The response might not be uniform and united as some might be expecting.
In more friendly rocket news, NASA's Artemis rocket, one of the strongest they've ever built, has just launched another mission to take on orbit around the moon. The trip is expected to be 26 days, and liftoff took place approximately 1:47 a.m. This attempt seemed to be a success after NASA was forced to re-entry the attempts they made in both September and August. That didn't work out due to fuel leaks. The rocket is merely a test flight, and NASA remains hopeful that they'll be able to send an actual crew of astronauts out in the future on a similar trip. And now, you may ask yourself, the Concordia Choir, a powerhouse for Concordia, how are they sustainable? Let's find out.
Choir probably isn't the first thing you think of, but Concordia's choral department is working to implement sustainability in their everyday practices.
I think it's important to the choral program because it's important as people in general, in society, that we should just always be thinking about sustainability in our choices. And it's important to the choral program in that we do a lot of travel in our program, and so there's definitely things that we do that is going to have a footprint. So we need to be conscious about how we approach that and how can we reduce that footprint while still making sure that we have great experiences for our students and for the audiences that we go and perform for.
The Concordia Choir uses efficient tour routes to save mileage and gas, but there are other ways that they can save resources in-house, and they've added roles onto the board to help hold the department accountable.
I think it was my senior year choir tour in 2017 was the first time we had like a couple sustainability coordinators on the tour that really ahead of time gave the choir tips on things to do during tour, like bringing your own water bottle and filling that up in gas station bathrooms or wherever. It's all water. It doesn't need to be a bottled water that you get from the store or anything. Or when you get a drink at a restaurant, you don't need to get a lid and a straw with it all the time. Bring a reusable straw, bring reusable silverware, things like that. So that was really helpful for us.
Like on my end, as a sustainability chair, I've been putting out monthly newsletters. Each one is specific to what you can do to be more sustainable as a person. So like the last one that I just put out was about shopping sustainably. How can you reduce your carbon footprint by not buying online as much and buying locally, such as going to thrift stores and stuff. It also saves you money too. And then the second one I would say is probably carpooling. We do a lot of that in terms of our own social events. For our Fair Hills Resort retreat.
So that's a big motivation in my job, both to save money and to reduce our printing footprint, is to find more digital promotions, or even thinking smarter about like business cards with QR codes that scan to tour information instead of a big flyer to hand out with a bunch of information on it. You know, how can we reduce that amount of paper that we're putting out there?
The Concordia Choir will be on tour in March of 2023 with concerts coming up in November and December. Visit theconcordiachoir.org for details.
If I got gifted hundreds of thousands of dollars, I think I'd buy some electric buses for the choir or something to reduce our footprint, but I don't see that happening. So that's all I have, is just a joke.
And we're back. Abigail Vogler is here. Thanks for joining me in the Court Studio. You're here to talk about Sonder. Can you tell me about it? Is it a club?
Yeah, so Sonder is a student organization here at Concordia that was started in fall of 2021 with an emphasis on disability and mental health advocacy. It was co-founded by McKenna Matheson, who graduated last year, and myself, to create a space on campus for students with disabilities and other mental health disorders to meet bi-weekly and throw various events throughout the school year.
What kind of events are you talking about?
Well, we actually, you didn't hear it from me, but next semester we're looking to get someone on campus to teach an ASL class. We're looking to bring in outside speakers. We also just have bi-weekly meetings where each week is a different topic, things like that. And we also participate in all of the orientation-related club events. You know, any opportunity we have, we like to take.
You say you guys meet bi-weekly. I came to a meeting. It was on a Monday. Do you guys usually meet on Mondays?
Yep. We always meet Monday nights from 7 to 8 every other week. And if you want to get on the email list, you can actually sign up or email us at sonder@cord.edu or follow us on Instagram to stay updated too.
You seem pretty well informed. How long have you been partaking in Sonder?
Well, being that I co-founded it, it's been about a year and a half. It started off as 3 people, and now I would say we have at least like 13 regular attendees, so that's super exciting.
Aside from helping in its creation, how is Sonder important to you specifically?
Well, I am a student with multiple disabilities, and I felt like there wasn't really a space on campus to talk about these things. But since forming Sonder, I've been able to have many connections with different people with disabilities, without disabilities, and we meet, we have fun, and I think any opportunity to make connections with new people is a great opportunity, but this one is specifically near and dear to myself because disability advocacy is something I'm very passionate about.
Yeah, it sounds great. And the meeting I did went to was very great. We had fun. It was very inviting. What do you think is the biggest takeaway for people who come to Sonder? Not just you, but the people that are actively in the club.
What do you mean takeaway?
Why do people keep coming back?
Well, because we never run out of topics to talk about. There's always more to learn. But then also there's just the community aspect of it. You know, no matter what we're doing, even if you can't directly relate to a topic, it always affects someone. And, you know, there are times where the meetings are more informational, but then there's also times where we just like to have fun. For example, on Halloween, we just listened to Halloween music and played board games, and you had that community aspect of it. So,
Can you remind me again what the Instagram is in the email?
yes. So on Instagram, you can find us at Sonder Concordia.
Yeah.
It took me a minute. I should know that faster. But Sonder Concordia, or you can email us at sonder@cord.edu. So that's SONDER.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing with us, Abigail.
Yep. Thanks for having me.
And on to Jackson with A&E.
Hello and welcome to Arts and Entertainment, where we'll be discussing our favorite Thanksgiving movie recommendations. Thanksgiving movies are the hardest to find because, there's not a lot. There's not a lot. But going off of a simple metric I have created, I have found some family movies, some travel-based movies, because Thanksgiving is a holiday known for travel. So much so that gas prices normally rise around Thanksgiving. So if you were hoping they would go down, they're going to go up next week again.
Speaking of travel, I just had to run. Whew, jeez, I just had to run all the way from the main stage over to the A&E stage. Jeez. I wish I had some
travel.
I wish I had a
Stage
form of travel
like planes,
or a
train, or an automobile.
Steve Martin.
Our first movie recommendation: Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. A hilarious comedy starring John Candy and Steve Martin as they attempt to travel.
Yeah.
Using all sorts of those travel methods in that title.
Comedy powerhouses, these guys.
Directed by John Hughes and features a brief cameo from friend of the show, Kevin Bacon.
He's going to be so happy that we're shouting him out
Friend
again.
of the show, Kevin Bacon.
Oh, he's actually in the studio right now.
Hi, Kevin.
Kevin.
Hi.
We're talking about you, buddy. Oh, he's busy.
Yeah.
I think he's filming Footloose 2.
Yep.
Oh, wait, that already exists, doesn't it?
No, there's a remake, but Footloose 2, the foot loosening. It's actually a horror film.
The foot loosening. Oh, I love that.
He must return to the small town because dancing is not illegal again, but somebody is taking revenge on what he did many years ago. And they're cutting off feet. Kevin Bacon must save the day.
I'd love to see Kevin Bacon do a Footloose remix style, but it's a lot more. It's more fantasy. There's an evil doctor that's taking people's ability to dance away. He's got to free their dance spirits from big jars.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon. Okay.
Moving into Knives Out. We all love getting together with our family, and we know that getting together with your family can sometimes be tumultuous,
right?
Sometimes argumentative, and Knives Out is all of that. There's so much tumult and so much arguments that somebody dies. Somebody in the family dies, and maybe somebody in the family did it, maybe somebody didn't. Who knows? It is Daniel Craig's job to figure it out. And it also serves you up because playing limitedly in theaters is the sequel, A Glass Onion.
It's out?
Yeah, it'll be playing next week in select theaters before it opens wide on Netflix sometime in December. Probably.
I love Glass Onion. I love that title. It's a Beatles reference, and I love that. That's awesome.
And I love Edward Norton, who's going to be in Glass Onion.
Ryan Johnson?
Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan Johnson, with an I and an A. It was a good film.
Yeah. Moving into not Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas, but Henry Selick's The Nightmare Before Christmas. Tim Burton came up with the idea, but Henry Selick did all of the work.
He did it.
Which stop motion requires a lot of. The Nightmare Before Christmas, it's got Halloween vibes. It's got Christmas vibes.
It's perfect.
But it spends a large portion of its runtime not set in either of those holidays. It's getting ready. And for some people that don't celebrate Thanksgiving or find issues with it, or are just looking for something that has Thanksgiving vibes. And that's what Thanksgiving is. It's a bridge between two mega holidays. It's unfortunate because it's just as big of a holiday, but not a lot of people give it respect. And that's what Nightmare Before Christmas is here to do. You're getting ready, you're winding down, you might reuse some decorations from Halloween for your Thanksgiving display, i.e. those pumpkins.
Yeah.
And in this case, Jack Skellington is using them for his Christmas decorations. He's getting ready. He's saving money at Menards. But he did not go to Home Depot to get that skelly because they're sold out and he's already a skeleton.
He doesn't need it. That'd be weird.
Yeah.
Actually, it'd be like me getting just like a massive man in my front yard. I actually have never thought of that film as that bridge between. I love Thanksgiving. We should. Pinocchio.
It's Pinocchio. Most magical, one of the most magical stories that has been probably within all of our hearts for years, from the original Disney movie or the original fairy tale or whatever weird version of Pinocchio you're watching as a child. Maybe your version of Pinocchio is the one that came out earlier this year, not the live action Disney one, but the really weird...
The voice acting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The one that Twitter loved.
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio promises to be the next kind of masterpiece in the Pinocchio story, something that truly harkens back to the original idea and tries to capture all the whimsy and wonder of a puppet coming to life.
And that's Guillermo del Toro. That's his realm. He's the king of that.
Yes. And last but not least, a nice family film, The Fabelmans, about young director Stephen King. Nope, Steven Spielberg, not Stephen King.
That'd be a completely different movie.
Steven Spielberg, a pseudo-biographical picture about himself as a kid growing up in a family that both supported and inhibited his dreams of the arts, and just a true capturing the magic of family, but also certain dysfunctions of family. Both Pinocchio and The Fabelmans also open in theaters next week, just in time for Thanksgiving. So if you're looking for something to do with your family and you don't want to kill them yet, like in Knives Out, you can see The Fabelmans or Pinocchio.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Thank you. And we'll see you back after Thanksgiving.
We don't know show next week, so
hopefully we've gained 40 pounds in between then. Goodbye.